Hello, my name is Dawn, but a lot of you call me
Spice
Spice
Dawn
Dawn.
and
Sure do.
Luann.
Hi. I made her do a craft.
You didn't make me.
What are you doing? What are you doing
Tell
today?
everybody we're tinting the the new Scentsy fragrance flowers. We're tinting them. Now, how many do you already have before we told you about tinting?
I have 3.
Right. So then she came to get a 4th one today because
Yes.
it's just a good idea to have an extra. And I said, we're going to tint it. She says, I don't have time. And I said, to heck you don't. You're grabbing a marker.
Took 10 seconds.
Took 10 seconds.
Mhm.
She markered it up. And basically, and now here too, see, now I got to tell you a little something. Originally, I put the oil or the food coloring in the oil, and I was going to let it like absorb up. I don't have patience for that. Then a wonderful, wonderful person, several in fact, and I will mention them in a minute, pointed out that these Sharpies are kind of the way to go.
Yes, they are.
And
I
a lot
agree.
more color choices.
I do agree.
Yeah, so like how cool is that? So there's going to be more to this video.
Mhm.
Now yours is going to absorb the oil and then bloom
Correct.
as, because at first you were like, oh, I'm like, no, that oil has to go into it and make it all like blendy.
Right.
So we're going to show more of this video as things proceed.
Yes.
So ready?
Bye.
Okay, so you saw how much fun my girlfriend and I had tinting her flower. And you heard that she said it only took a few moments, really. Now, I want to point out some things about the fragrance flowers. If you haven't seen my full video on the fragrance flowers, go to Spice Dawn on YouTube and do a search on my channel for fragrance flower, because there's a whole bunch of good information in there. But this video is about tinting. Okay, now, originally some people were tinting using food coloring, but that just was not fast enough for me, okay? Like the green looks good now, but boy, when I first did it, it was, I thought I'm gonna have to hide this out in the shed. But like my orange really isn't coming up through because maybe I didn't use enough. Some of you guys might have better luck with food coloring. But a lovely person, Amber Spindler and Lisa, also mentioned doing the Sharpies. Well, there's so much more of a color range on the Sharpies, and I'm a real control freak, so I really like to be able to control pretty much what's going to happen. But this looked horrible in the beginning, and it develops over a few days of the oil absorbing and helping to spread the food coloring. So even though really none of the orange came up into the flower, my flower is basically the same color as a totally like no food coloring flower. But the Sharpie is going to be cool because a lot of people have already done Sharpie, but I just wanted to give you a couple bits of information. Now, I wanted to try to tint this already saturated flower with my orange Sharpie, but here's the thing, like I was ruining my Sharpie, and I don't want to ruin my Sharpie. So I did put a couple little bits on there, and we will wait and see if anything happens since this flower has already been absorbed. I don't know, just gonna have to wait and see. But I did want to mention that there is somewhat of a warranty against manufacturer defects on these things. Like they're stitched. It's made out of like shavings of like a root, a wooden like root. So sometimes you're going to get a shaving because of the natural consistency of the wooden root, and it's going to be thinner. So I want to show you something. Okay, can you come in and take a look at that? See how my flower petals split? Well, I would never, ever, ever in a million years make a warranty claim against Scentsy on something like that. You know what I would do? If I would get out my scissors and I would just trim off the ragged part and have it look like 2 petals. So like, come on. Or put it toward the back. I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. It's natural, organic substance that they're hand folding and making into this beautiful little art piece. That's just part of it sometimes. Plus it traveled in a box to get to you. So like, come on. If I opened a brand new box and there was one in there that was like the stitching didn't even hold at all and was totally in pieces, that'd be different. But like, that is not a big deal for me. Take your scissors, trim it, make it look like 2 petals, and you're good. So that is my, like, I guess, warning on tinting. You know, you really can't, like, you're handling it a lot when you're tinting it. And that indeed could be part of the problem if you get a split. So I don't think a split is a big deal at all. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that a lot of people are just doing the tips, which I think looks really, really cool. These were the most ugly dots that you would have ever seen originally, and they turned out to look pretty nice. So here's tippage, and here are dots. So that's the difference in that. Now these change over time. When you do it originally, you might be like, ugh, this thing is ugly. But it hasn't absorbed and done all the beauty yet. So you have to give it a couple of days to really meet its maximum potential on absorbing the oil. Like I said, some people like to try it by putting the food coloring in the oil. I am just like Sharpie girl now. I am Sharpie girl. Thanks to this Amber Spindler. So anyway, I'm going to be sharing some other images that people have shared with me generously so that you can get some ideas. Colin, can you think of anything else that I might have forgotten?
Not yet. I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, now remember to watch the assembly and to take off the little paper thing on the wick. You have to watch my other video because, you know, we don't want this thing being 20 minutes long. Have fun tinting. I'm going to be doing fragrance flower tinting parties at my house. And I'm telling people, my girlfriend that was here at the beginning, she already has 4 of them because the whole tinting was a game changer. So, yeah, your customers are going to love doing this little craft that only takes a few moments, but then lasts a very long time as it develops into something even more beautiful. All right, my YouTube channel is Spice Dawn. My Facebook page is Spice Dawn Tips to Share. You might want to go there because, like, people are sharing and I'm sharing and we're all sharing and it's like interesting stuff. So, you guys have a good day. Bye.